just see how stiff or watery you want to have it when you're pouring it onto a pan. So right now, this is about how much flour I would add to this bowl. And this is the size I have it rise the last 12 hours on this pan instead of having it rise in this bowl to the top, because I'm going to lose some air and fluff when I pour it onto the pan.
Good point.
So you can decide how pourable you'll tolerate it. But when I pour it on here, it just comes out like a big log, and as it spreads over the next 12 hours and takes care of itself.
So you don't spread it down at all yourself with a spatula?
No, I don't have to spread it. And then, unless I fill the bowl and pour it on, then I got to do a little manhandling, but I'm gentle. And sometimes I'll remember to pour some salt on here, and then pour some salt on top of it after I pour the dough onto the pan. So that's the only mixing in of flavor I'm doing. I'm not stirring any flavor in. So the only time I stir this is when I add my equal parts. I'll get it good and stirred in, and then I put a loose lid over it, and see you in 12 hours, like tomorrow morning or at bedtime, and I'll do it again. And I always use the same pan for all week long, or until I'm ready to put my starter back in the fridge and wait a couple months to use it again.
Months?
Yeah, because I make enough, I freeze enough bread to last me a while. So that's how I use it. And let's see what's
you mix it the first time, and then you mix it 12 hours later, and then
yeah, when I'm like, oh, that's enough to fit in the pan, I pour it on, and I'll show you how this is the reason I brought this other pan, was because this is the pan I use to keep it from drying out while it's rising. Ta-da! And I don't even wash this during the whole week either, because when I'm done stirring, I set my spatula on there, and then when I come back to it, all the sourdough cracks off, and I just shake it into the garbage and do. So almost no dishes, no kneading.
That's so smart.
Easy.
Efficiency.
So when you mix that every 12 hours, you're not putting anything else in, you're just stirring it up.
Yeah, don't add salt or anything until you're finally ready to put it on that last rising before you bake. And I use reverse osmosis filtered water, but if you're not, this is a pro tip. You let your water sit out to become inert from the bleach that's in it, from the water treatment system.
The chlorine.
Yeah, the chlorine. And so then it won't kill your little animals.
how long?
Does that traumatize anybody? There's animals. And so other people, they're adding flour at the end, and then it'll rise, and like 4 hours later they'll bake it. But I want my bread to be all starter. I call this my all starter sourdough bread. And so that's what you had tonight. It's mostly just all broken down and super digestible. So I also always use organic flour. Here's a flour that they sell here at the store, and I haven't used it before, but I'm going to get some and use it. It's especially beloved by people who make sourdough bread. It has malted barley in it, which I've heard is sprouted barley, dried and then ground up. And so you see it in the ingredient list in junk bread, right? So it's something that helps your bread be awesome. So it's natural though, and I didn't know it. So now I'm going to try it. This is $49. That's half the cost of a bag of regular flour. I mean, organic, sorry. Certified. This one's not certified, but it's grown that way, the same way as organic flours are. Any other questions?
With that whole wheat.
Only add that your last feed before you cook it. Yeah, I try to do all sourdough whole wheat.
That's not good.
No.
I've heard a tip, Scott, on all sourdoughs whole wheat.
and I've used it, and it actually works. I'm still working with it, but it works. If you put the whole wheat flour in and the water and let it soak for 5 or 6 hours, and then build your bread on top of that, they claim it softens everything up and makes a really fantastic 100% whole wheat.
Okay.
Nice. So, when do you take out your starter for the next loaf?
Yeah, that's a tricky part, my friends. I have had friends bail me out many times because I baked everything and forgot to hold back to put something in the fridge. So I could do it tonight. I just take a little tablespoon out and I'll put it in the fridge, and or I'll leave it, or a half a cup, or.
People
But-
think all it takes to feed.
Yeah, I just put a little jar in the fridge. I don't keep a lot. In fact, when I pour this out, I'll only keep in here only the amount to make it balance out for what I want to have, how fast I want to grow it for my next batch. If I'm like, I need bread tomorrow, then I'll leave a bunch in there so that I'll be ready.
So you start.
Okay, the starter, who knows how old it is? I don't know. It could be generations old. So I've not made my own starter. My husband did once though, and it took him months.
So you take the starter out just before you pour it in the pan, or before you even grow it?
Yeah, I just don't scrape out my bowl. That's my next starter for the next batch.
Just leave the leftover that's next
Yeah,
to the recipe.
even less work.
So you put your flour in there and water and let it grow till you are ready to add more flour and water?
Yeah, then 12 hours later. So it's like a pet. You know, it's kind of fun. And you can talk to it.
No, wait, I'm so confused.
See you tomorrow.
Okay.
What's its name? What's its name?
I don't name it because if I get too attached.
That's right.
I don't want to eat pepper.
Does that make sense? Does that feel doable? I do it at bedtime and when I wake up. That's what I do.
Okay, so let's start over again because I wasn't listening. I'm sorry, I'm like an F student. I wasn't listening at the beginning. You're saying take that whatever starter you've got. Say you have a quart-sized jar in your fridge and it's got all the gray, yucky looking stuff. So then I've heard you mix all that yucky stuff in, right?
Yeah,
Don't
I've
throw
seen
away.
people do that.
And then instead of pouring it,
She's saying pour it off.
people
Okay.
say don't throw it away because it's got all the good stuff in
No,
it.
not the hooch. The hooch stuff.
Really?
Oh, it's called hooch, everybody.
Hooch sounds like an alcohol.
Pour the
or
hooch
something.
off. Mine never gets that bad.
Okay, so whatever condition, whatever you prefer, you put your starter that's been sitting there forever in that bowl, and that's the beginning of this relationship between the bowl sitting there forever with all the remainder crusty stuff, and you just keep using it over and over again.
Yep, it never seems to be a problem. Like this stuff on the top edge doesn't get gross. It just dries and
Okay, so I have a lot of people in our house. There's like 10 of us. So that bowl with that amount of dough that you've got in there, I don't know, is it 2 cups or whatever?
yeah.
How much, what is that for? Is it like a pancake for you in the morning for breakfast? Or?
Oh no, I'm gonna feed it tonight.
Oh. Okay.
I'll have enough probably tomorrow morning to do my final feed. So at nighttime I'll probably make a loaf.
Like that. A
Tomorrow.
So 24 hours from now, you can start pouring it into the pan.
Yeah,
And then do you let it sit overnight to rise and then you bake it the
yeah.
next
And then I'm
morning?
like, I come into the kitchen. I'm like, oh, I gotta make a loaf. And I'll preheat my oven. And this is on here too, the 450 degrees for 20 minutes. That's all I'm baking. If you go higher, 5 less minutes. Lower, 5 less minutes. Every 50 degrees.
Do you make conventional loaves also, like sandwich?
I don't because that's too much work for me.
How would
She's
you,
the efficiency queen.
how would it be different than the process you're describing tonight?
How do you get to do it? You mean, what'd you say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
A conventional loaf.
How do you make a
How do you
conventional?
make
Oh, a
it-
conventional loaf?
Talk to Chireen.
Yeah, those instructions are online and everything.
How is it different?
These are rare.
So each time you add flour and water, you do equal parts to how big the dough is.
Yep.
And you do that twice a day.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
You explain it better than me. I
And I
love
can take a picture if you want, but I'll save you your. Yeah,
it. There is one. Is there some?
Oh.
No, I think that's
Let's
it.
take a
I bet
picture.
that's it. There's something else I want.
Thanks, Joyce.
Who is that? Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. I am giving out starter tonight in these little snack bags. Yeah, that's what I'm
Hey Joyce, I've got little cups with lids. Do you want those instead? Is it
Sure. Yeah, that's even nicer.
Oh, some sample cups.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Sourdough SAGE PLOW. Mailing us out.
Thank you.
Okay, before Chireen goes and gets those, I want her to come up and share with us about the store here.
Yes, please do.
She's a new business for the People Restored, new business member.
Yay.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
she,
They've been here
like,
forever. What do you mean?
so gracious. You guys, they're usually closed right now. She's open.
Oh,
yeah, for you.
Chireen, you're awesome.
You're already fine. Yep.
And I asked her if we want to buy stuff while we're here, can we? And she said yes.
Oh, yes.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, so if you see anything, please. I
You know
want her to
something?
share.
Virtually everybody I'm seeing here right now, I think already shops here. I mean, I know so many of you, and I'm loving that I know so many of you. And I've known you for years and years and years and years. And yeah, I can point. You guys been here for I mean, oh my goodness, eons. Yeah. So trying to you guys have all shopped up. So most of you know we started out of our garage.
That's
So we've been doing this out of our garage for 20 plus years, and then we just kind of got kicked out and into here, and it's kind of a big leap of faith, but we're here. I think you pretty much know what we're doing. I will vouch on this flour. People that are borderline celiac, like not celiac, but that get that sick when they have flour, can do this flour.
Wow.
And especially people love it for sourdough. I mean, it works fantastic with
Why
sourdough.
is that?
So it's because it's grown organically. It's because it's not processed. It's not bleached and it's not bromated. They grind it. That's it. That's all they do. They grind it and it's done. Plus they add that malted barley back in. So the malted barley is a sprouted barley, dried, ground up, and added in. Who here has heard the European bread, like phenomenal, so amazing European bread? They add diastatic malt. Their secret is diastatic malt. Diastatic malt is malted, it's sprouted wheat, dried, and put in, not the whole bread, just a little bit. They add diastatic malt as an ingredient. It's sprouted wheat that's been dried and ground, okay? This is basically the same concept. They're doing it with barley instead of with wheat.
Stone ground?
Stone ground, sir, yes. Absolutely stone ground. 100% stone ground, yes.
Wow.
On a low, cold stone, so the nutrients are there. But I don't think I've ever had anybody come to me and say, I get horribly sick when I eat bread, and I say, try this, and they come back and said it didn't work. Everybody that's taken home has come back and gone, rocked my world, changed my life. I'm buying more of this flour. So that's why I brought it up tonight, because sourdough loves it, but I use it it's my all-purpose flour. I use it for everything, and everything turns out better. I told her, I used to be a Lehigh Roller Mills turkey red snob, absolute snob. I had to have my turkey red. And the other day I ran out of this and went to some turkey red, and oh my goodness, the dough was 100% different.
Wow.
It just felt
Better way.
dead. And this somehow just feels like when you make the dough, it just feels alive. There's just something, I can't even describe it, but everybody else that's tried the same thing has told me the same thing.
Wow.
There's a difference, big
How
difference.
well does it store and how do you store it long term?
I would say that this will store easily 2 years.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'd recommend putting it in buckets just so that the mice and the water don't get to it, right? But it will store 2 years. So I used to, now I have it here available whenever I want it. But I have to kind of snag a little bit, because if we run out, I don't want to be without. But I used to buy like 200 pounds, and I get down to my last 50-pound bag, I'd buy another 200 pounds. So I kind of just always rotated through my
Gotcha.
flour. Flour is one thing that does not last very long.
Right. Because
Just 2 years.
Because I have 13 children, and so you might just do 50 pounds for 2 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have 13 kids, and so I would rotate through it much faster. But
And how many grandkids do you have now?
going on 21. Wow. Yep.
And you guys, what's great too is Shauna, correct me if I'm wrong, we're going to be doing all of our events here.
Yes. Yes.
So you guys just come here once a month.
Yeah.
And
Do
then
your
if we
shopping.
do your shopping, and if we have a buy trade sell event, we're doing those here on a Saturday. So we'll always do them on a Wednesday, the Wednesday night that we do. So we're booking them out with her in advance so that you guys know we're always going to be here. And then if we are doing a buy sale trade event that month, we'll do it on a Saturday just so we have more time.
Right.
So this will be great. Now you guys just know. Come
I'm
to
open
SAGE
for
PLOW.
questions. I'm open for anything, and I'll go grab those little sample
The
cups.
preparedness fair. Tell them.
Oh yeah, we're having a preparedness fair October 24th and 25th. Mark your calendars. Preparedness fair. We usually have 4 or 5 different venues with classes going on all at the same time. We're gonna do some fun things this year. We're doing a chili cook-off. So you can join our chili cook-off if you want to. We're gonna do a pancake breakfast on Saturday morning. We're going to do, we got food trucks coming. We've got some fun stuff planned. So come to our preparedness fair 24th, 25th, all day, each day. We don't have quite the details yet, but we'll be posting them pretty quick. So yes, sir.
Are you gonna take gold bucks?
Gold back?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna figure out how to do it right. I've taken goldbacks in the past and went to trade them in and lost a ton of money because I didn't add that at the front where I was supposed to add it. So I gotta figure out how to do it right. But yes, I'll take goldbacks.
Chireen, I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah.
I can set you up with Alpine Gold Exchange with a free account so that
Okay.
you don't lose money.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's all I need to do. So yes, I will take goldbacks.
How'd you come up with Sage and Plow as your name?
You're so cute to ask that. I love that you asked that thing. So you all know we were Alpine Food Storage up at the other places, but we're not in Alpine, and we're not just food storage anymore. And I wanted to do things like have a deli, and I wanted to do all these classes, and I wanted to do just fairs. And Alpine Food Storage Cafe sounds like, ugh. So we couldn't do Alpine Food Storage anymore. So we were coached by a dear friend of mine who's a very successful businesswoman. She said, this is the perfect time to change your name. And so we rebranded. And she said, pick something that means something to you, but just goes generic with everything else you want to do. So if you're doing like Sage and Plow yoga or Sage and Plow, whatever it happens to be, it will fit. So we started thinking in our heads, I have to tell you, we've been trying for about 10 years to rebrand and we've never come up with anything right. It just did not work. So Sage, because we love education. So Sage is perfect because you're thinking this cute little, you're thinking, Sage, the herb, the plant, and it all works that way too, and it's cute. But Sage for me is the education. It's so important for me to that we know that we're educated, that we can make good choices based on what we understand and what we know. That's the Sage. Now, you have to have a .com, right? You absolutely have to have a and Sage and everything was taken. SageandEverything.com was already taken, and we're racking our brains. What can we come up with that's Sage and something that means something that's not taken? The next morning we woke up, and my husband had been reading in the scriptures, and it says, and this is mind you, we were coming out of our little 1,000 square foot garage, and we had committed to 50,000 square feet here. Wow. And he read the scripture: when you put your hand to the plow, you don't look back, right? I mean, so he's like, what about Sage and Plow? I'm like, plow, work. If you know stuff but you don't do the work, the whole concept was just, so Sage and Plow was born because you have to have the knowledge, you got to do the work. When you do that, everything works out great. Can I tell you a cute little story about Sage and Plow?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll be really, really fast. We have a sweet elderly couple that kind of helped us through this whole transition, just sort of mentored us in that he would call me every once in a while in the morning and goes, Chireen, are you doing okay? I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm all right. Heavenly Father loves you. You know that, right? I'm like, yeah. And he'd hang up. That was it. He would just mention. He knew right when to call. Every time he would know right when to call. We got this up and running. He walked in the door and he says to me, one of the first days we were open, he says, do you want to know why you named this Sage and Plow? I'm like, you know. He's like, so he and Kay and Lana used to own all the property that Thanksgiving Point is now on. That was their dairy farm. They raised 12 kids on that dairy farm. They're much older now, you can imagine. He says, when we first got married, we drove down to this dairy. They had purchased half of it and we're leasing the other half. And we got out of our car and it was nothing but sagebrush. As far as the eye could see, it was just covered in sagebrush. And he says, I said to Lana, do you think we can make anything work here? He says, but we got out the plow and we plowed all that sage under and we put in a crop of alfalfa. He says, you know what? It came shooting out of the ground because he says, we did not realize, but sagebrush puts nitrogen into the soil. Oh. And it came shooting out of the ground. And when you called it Sage and Plow, I knew you were going to be okay. Oh. It was so sweet. So when you walk in and out of here, you'll notice a little shelf on the other side of that wall. There's a little plow. He brought me to this little tractor and a little sage over the top of it. Oh. And that's on my little shelf in there because he brought those to me. Oh. So sweet. So anyway, thank you for that sweet question.
Thank you. That's so beautiful.
What were the dates and times?
24th and 25th, Friday and Saturday, October 24th and 25th.
When?
We'd love to have
all day.
Here.
All day?
All day, every day, right here. All day each day.
And Joyce is going to be one of the speakers.
You need a
doing that
holistic
class.
health clinic to come to that?
If you guys want to come to it, just come and give me your information. We would love to have it. We've done 3 of them now, and we would love to kind of do new stuff and just kind of keep it fresh and exciting. She's going to come teach her funeral stuff. I'm so excited.
I'll be putting on a funeral.
She'll be putting on a funeral.
Joyce puts fun in the funeral.
Oh my goodness.
Opening song, closing song, the whole thing.
She's amazing. So she's going to come and speak. Yeah, and really, truly, if anybody wants to present or have a booth here, we're open to it. So, okay, I've talked enough. I'm going to get sample cups. I'm grabbing sample cups for her real quick.
Okay, thank you. So no, there's nothing else planned, but we want you to get to know your neighbors. So please visit, find out what they do, and become friends. Okay?
Yeah, we want to create a neighborhood economy.
Yeah.
So share with each other, even if you don't have a business, even if you have interest,
Yeah,
knowledge.
what you like to do.
I'm the interest knowledge person.
Like,
I know
trade
that's
it, share it, sell it. We don't care. Don't feel like, oh, there's nothing I can share. There's nothing. You know something. You have knowledge that other people probably don't have. That is even valuable.
That is.
So share with each other, because when these things start coming, you guys see AI technology coming. You see it. They're pushing it. You see them pushing the digital currency. They are going to make it that you cannot get stuff unless you are part of that. And if we have our own neighborhood economy, who cares what they say? We'll just get stuff
we'll
from
figure
each
it out. We'll do it on our own.
But we
without
got to
them.
know that now. So start sharing.
Yeah, we got a few years. We gotta get.
Thanks to Helen and Shauna.